Hi, this is putting together ChocoRobo, the autonomous chocolate delivery robot. It consists of your run-of-the-mill, I don't know, Arduino car robot chassis, Tupperware for holding stuff, battery pack. There's like a phone charger, the USB 5-volt phone recharger packs, wheels, tripod, rubber bands to hold it together, Google AIY vision project that you should already put together, Adafruit Cricut, Adafruit Circuit Playground Express, of course some wires, screws, nuts and bolts. Some things about, I actually got these from Adafruit. These things, they came in that AdaBox, which is pretty cool, so got to use a lot of parts from that subscription. One thing you need to do if you're going to use those motors, it didn't come with these capacitors on the motor. Probably doesn't need it for this, I'm not sure, but I put it on because I plan on using these with an Arduino later on, or reuse them for an Arduino. And these things get kind of jittery from my experience until you put a little capacitor. The kit, I kind of put some parts together already just because I was afraid to take it apart, especially these nylon parts. There's like little standoffs, hard to see there. I didn't want to take them apart because every time I kept twisting this, it felt like it was going to break, so I didn't want to break the only two pieces that I had left before I made this video of showing how to put together the robot. So first things first, of course you're gonna build this little unit together. Sorry, I didn't take it apart and put it together now, but it's pretty simple. Standoffs onto this little wheel. There's only like four screw holes in a square pattern on this chassis in the back. That's where you're gonna hook this up to. As I was explaining earlier, you're gonna put standoffs here, or I didn't want to take these standoffs off, so put two standoffs on this front plate. That's gonna hold the Cricut. It's gonna go there. When I first got these, I wasn't too sure how to put these motors on, so hopefully this video kind of helps you or gives you tips on how to put these motors onto this kind of chassis. So first thing we're going to do is find the parts for it. Move these out of the way. Usually comes with these like little acrylic tees looking thingies. What you're going to do is from the top you're going to put one down into that slot on the inside of the car chassis. Put it down so it stands up. Then with your motor, it's going to go this way. Oops, sorry. This side. What you're going to do is grab that second set, kind of line it up so you got the two holes. Oops. Put the screws. Find it easier this way, you don't need somebody helping you out. So now you got the T here, just slide it from the end. Oops, this worked before. There you go. Why is it not working now? Because I have this tripod between me and the car chassis. That's my excuse. It's much easier before. Huh. Oh, using the wrong mode. This was getting in the way. The Adafruit motors, they put on these little tie straps, and that little knot was getting in the way, so I'm using actually the wrong one. Not the wrong one, but it interferes, so it's actually this guy. Okay, so start over. Put this little T in from the bottom, put it down so it stands up on its own, put screws in the other acrylic T, make sure that little plastic thing is not going to interfere. Sorry, this way. So I got it on T. This should slide right on in. There we go. Okay. And then from there, you just screw on the nuts onto this. And I'm still gonna blame this tripod in between me and putting the chassis together. There we go. It's much easier when you don't have something in between you and what you're working on. Okay, here we go. Boop. Whew. Okay, do the same thing for the other side. Okay, fast forward. I did it for the other motor. Next, what we're gonna want to do is connect tires. Just put it on the end like so. Real simple. And there's your chassis, or almost built. I ran my wires through this little puka hole. Sorry, puka. Puka is Hawaiian for hole. There we go. Middle hole in the middle. And we can put this on the side for now. Next, not showing, but you want to make like a little 3-wire dongle that's going to connect to the Pi. I'm not going to show it. I don't want to go through the whole thing of showing. You're going to solder 3 wires on the GPIOs for the serial. On the Pi, you're going to have to enable serial. And then I think, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, I think. Ground, transmission, transmit, receive, GPIO. 3 wires. It's good if you make like a little dongle so you don't have to have it always attached. It'll be easier. Oops, I dropped it on the ground. Where was I? 3 wires. Oh yeah. So 3 wires. Put it in case. Use like DuPont connectors so you can connect it up later. I use ring terminals. I couldn't crimp them because these wires are real tiny, so I just soldered them on. But next we want to attach these to the circuit Playground Express. So you're going to look for the, let's see if you can see it on here. Oops. RX and TX pins and the ground. We're going to connect these wires. So I made, of course, black ground, yellow transmit, and green receive. So we're just going to bolt those in. You want to bolt these in first before you connect this circuit Playground Express to the Cricket. Sorry, no music. And I don't know how these YouTubers do it with like a camera unless they have a really good setup. Not sure how they're doing it. This is my first time trying to show how to put stuff together on camera. So I just use a screw and a little nut. Put the ring terminals on. Zook. Screw it. Just like that. Next, you're going to want to attach the Express to the Cricut. I'd already put these little standoffs on there. I don't want to bore you with me trying to put them on again. So you're going to connect these guys, and they say what you're going to connect it to. So if you look closely, it says like V out, A0, A1. This is of course your ground, clock, data. So which way is that? This way? Yep, they go. I don't know what to talk about, so it's probably going to be a lot of silence. Gotta give it up to those YouTube people. I don't know how they can talk for, I don't know how many minutes straight. I guess that's why people fill up with music. But I'm too cheap to buy a license to play music, so please bear with the silence. Okay, what's next? Okay, so we got this put together. You're gonna get your car chassis. We're gonna look for the motor. I had it motor facing the back. So you're gonna just put it into these little terminal slots, real easy. This goes here. Really doesn't matter, ground, left or right of these pins, because you can always change the code to do it. But I think the way I had it was red on the outside and black on the inside, ground on the inside. That seemed to work. Or at least if you're gonna just use my code straight up, I think that should work. Give a little nice tug. Oop, that one's too loose. Still loose. Okay, that one's in. Go for the next one. Huh. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. You can adjust the code if it doesn't rotate the correct way. From here, you're gonna tuck the wires underneath. The standoffs that I didn't take off earlier, they should line up the two front. Oh, sorry, step back. On the Cricut, I put these extra standoffs just so it can rest on the back here. It's not just floating and putting a lot of stress on these two front standoffs. You want to put two standoffs either here or here on the back, just so it has something to stand off against, brace up on the chassis. Okay, there. Screw these down to the standoffs. Now, battery. Since the power's out this way, you want to make sure your battery pack, the USBs are out to the left. Just gonna put it that way. There's lights here on my packs. I like to keep them up, not down, that way I know it's easier to see how much battery's left. We're just gonna put it right across. Rubber bands. Basically, it just goes underneath. It's just gonna, rubber band's just gonna go underneath and strap on the sides. Hold. Just like that. There's your battery pack. Center. Good enough. Next, little tripod. Open it up. Make sure it fits. Try to size it up. You don't want it too wide, not too skinny, but just like a good distance. Hopefully I don't break it. There we go. There you go. That should be good. I'm trying to get it where it's kind of hugging the battery pack. Okay. Can't see. So the AOI Vision has a little mount that you can put on. I'm gonna put it on here. Let's screw it on. Okay, and then we're gonna tighten it up. Okay, good for now. Try to move the camera back. I don't know if you can't see. Good enough. Then we take a bunch of rubber bands. We're gonna put this thing together. So take about 4 rubber bands. Have it hang on one side. Go on this side. So it's like two per side. I'm gonna hug. It's hard to see here, but it's kind of like right around the mount thing. 2, and then we're just gonna put it right around the battery. See, it's pretty sturdy, even just with rubber bands. And if the battery pack looks like it's floating, you can just add one more rubber band. See, it's nice and strong, all held with rubber bands. To make this hold like a little payload, I put a little popsicle stick to kind of at first I had rubber bands going around the legs, but because the triangle shape, it would ride up, so the popsicle stick was my way of trying to prevent the rubber band from going up. So to do so, how did I do this again? You just go through here, kind of like how I did the battery. That way it's on there, and if you want to make it tighter, just do an extra loop. See how this doesn't really want to ride up. From here, good thing we got a lot of rubber bands. It's gonna put 2. Where one of these is going to go to the top and one of these is going to go to the bottom. Which one's which? Okay, this is going to go to the bottom. This is going to go to the top. I have a broken Tupperware, so I don't want that in the front. I'll have that in the back. Hopefully you don't have that same problem. One Tupperware, and then the other one. Make sure you grab the right one. That was the wrong one. I'll go one at a time. Okay. Take 2. top one. One more time. This guy is gonna go bottom. There we go. It's just so we have two rubber bands holding. This thing. And that's pretty much how to put together ChocoRobo. Hard to see. I don't have the best camera setup. Oh, maybe I should have done it that way. Yeah, real easy robot to put together. Just held it rubber bands. Can hold some stuff here. And of course, just power it up. Plug here to the battery pack. Plug AIY Raspberry Pi to the battery pack, and you're all good. Yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, I ended it too early. I forgot to mention, don't forget to connect your Pi to the Circuit Playground Express. Oh yeah, a few more caveats I forgot to mention that I just recalled now. Make sure you turn on your Circuit Playground Express first before you turn on the Pi. What happens is that the Pi is on, power gets fed through the transmit line, powers up the Circuit Playground Express, and then the lights turn red. And from there on, it's like no matter how much times you reset this, it doesn't work. So just make sure the Circuit Playground Express is on first, at least some power to it, then you turn on your Raspberry Pi, and then when it's all boots up, then it'll just work. So yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Thanks for watching again.